I'm realizing a lot of guys don't know this little thing here. So, I didn't even think about it because I learned this many, many years ago. When you put your bumpers on, a lot of guys try to can't figure out how to get the brackets in. And um, what you want to do is on this bracket here, I always can't remember which end to put in first. But all I know is I can go to put one end in and it doesn't fit. So then I push it through the other way. But there is a right and a left to these if you get original ones, because they do have a slotted hole that's opposite on each side. So I don't know if the Wolfsburg West ones actually have that, the slotted hole that's angled. So for your front bumper brackets, what I do is these are not new. These are painted. Um, yeah, they're painted metallic silver. So anyway, if you take and you put your grommets in first, and then just push this end through. You can't do this one-handed, I'm sure. You have to hold the grommet while you're pushing it through, and then carefully slide the pole all the way up to the bumper. I found that's the best way. I mean, actually, I learned it from someone else. I mean, most of the stuff I'm teaching you guys, I'm learning from other people. People go, "Oh, well, you stealing my stuff," and everybody steals everybody's stuff in this business. We learn from each other, and then all of a sudden, and then, but I think the reason I'm doing YouTube is because it's kind of a dying art. It's like there's how many Volkswagens are going to be left pretty soon. So, but you shove it through, and then shove it through very carefully, and you have to hold the grommet with one hand and push it through real carefully, because it's really, if you try and do it like put it in first, and then put the grommet on the outside of here, it's really hard to lip that grommet over, especially if you have like really original holes and they're in really good shape, and you have, these poles, are in really good shape and original. For some reason, they're really, really, really tight. So, anyway, that's a little trick to putting the bumpers on. So that's how they go. You just put this in first, in. The same thing with the back. I've already stuck him in there. Of course, I'm having a lot of problems with these bumpers because everything's aftermarket, and see all the fun stuff you get to do when you put on bumpers. People think, oh, you just go grab the bumper and you just bolt it on the car and it's fine. It's like, no, 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 no. It never works that way. You always end up putting them on, taking them back off, putting them back on. Unless you have original perfect bumpers, you end up having to do that. So if you're wondering why your bumpers took you half a day to put on, that's why, because most of the stuff's bent, most of it's messed up, and this is really quite normal to have. So on the back, you put this in through first from the inside, put your grommet in the hole first, and then slide the bumper bracket through. Learned that from George. Yeah, I don't know how he knows all this stuff. He used to know everything about assembling bugs. He could put one together and never scratch anything and do a really nice job, perfect. And he's just he was way better at this than me. So anyway, the bug's coming along here. We'll take a quick walk around and take a look. Got some door handles on now. And of course, I had to take those apart because there was funky stuff on those. Like the push button was wobbly because the pin came unglued inside, so I just had to reglue it. We got some original door handles, because a lot of times try and find the original ones in good shape if you can, because the aftermarkets a lot of times, especially on the door handles, like to break off and cut you. So they don't always just break off. They break off and they will hurt you at the same time. So, because the metal they use to make these, it's just, the quality of metal now is just so much different than it was back in the old days. They use a lot more pot metal, and basically pot metal is, slag. So, it's like whatever's left in the pot, and they use that to make the next batch, and so it's a lot cheaper than the real stuff. So anyway, We got the dash all together, wipers working, headlights, taillights, turn signals all working now. We're going all black interior with gray carpet, so it's going to look really cool with this color, which I still don't really know what color this is. I think we're looking at sea sand maybe. I just matched what was there, so it's kind of weird. Or it could be Panama beige, but it doesn't look like Panama beige and it doesn't look like sea sand, so I don't know. Had to order the birth certificate to find out, but we matched it really tight. I had a really good color match. And if you had to saw it with the door panels off, you'll know it was matched really tight. So just got a few more items to put on. Need some lug nuts. Ran out of lug nuts, so they're kind of expensive to buy. I'm hoping to get some at a swap meet. And I got the door handle on this side. We got such a slow. I actually had 68 turn signals, 68.9 covers. So I'm going to find a set of those used. I just put them on there for now. And didn't look at them that close. I went, oh shoot, these are 68.9. Darn. So if you have ones that don't fit, the early ones came up to right here, and that was it. And the later ones, they had the opening on the side, and that was for running lights, so that you'd have, the side view. So anyway, but a couple more things after the bumper bracket thing. That way you guys can see the car, see what's going on. And it's looking pretty good. This one's going to turn out really nice. I still don't know what I'm going to do for hubcaps. I have a bunch of used ones, but they're kind of dented up. Some of them are pretty bad. That's not very good. I don't know if I want to put that on there. I don't know. Might get some brand new ones, but they're junk. The new ones, a lot of them are junk. Some of them are pretty nice. The Wolfsburg West ones are really nice, but they're $70 a piece. So that's not happening. So, and on this car, I wouldn't make any money if I did all that. I'd basically give the car away, and I don't want to, I want to get paid something for my time. I'd like to get my $10 an hour or whatever I end up making. That's all. So anyway, that's the progress in the car. Got the headlight buckets all together. I do them white. I just like the way they look, all white. Use a white satin finish. And then this one's got a little bit of chrome damage. It's a aftermarket that was on the car. We got even the horn grill block out plate is on there. There's the horn grill on this side. But yeah, we got a lot of detail done on this car. It looks really nice. And we got some Audi Volkswagen dealer taillights. They're not originals off the car. They were dealer ads, so they had the Volkswagen and Audi emblem on them. So they were probably bought at the dealer. Somebody did that. So that's what's on it now, and they're in great shape. So I was like, hey, let's run those. Just got to get a couple more things done. Get the license plate light to work, I think, and a few more items in the car and a sunroof in it. Put the door panels in. Probably have most of it done tomorrow, except for the bumpers. I just don't know how long it's going to take. It could take an hour or a whole day to put them on. You just don't know, because the brackets are always bent. So then you have to tweak them and put them on, take them back off. You just don't know. And then sometimes you put them on, then you find out the stuff's stripped, and you have to clean all the chrome, and it takes a lot of time. All right, talk to you guys in the next video. If you're putting on bumpers, don't be discouraged. It's just part of the deal. It just takes time. You can't just put them on real quick. Like this one's we pieced together. We had this blade. It's got a little bit of a bend in it. And then, the blade I had had a couple holes drilled in it. Had a lot of pitting. So we rummaged through and pieced one together. And then you'll find that, everybody drills these things a little bit different on the aftermarket bumpers. Original equipment and Wolfsburg West usually are about the same. But, you're talking about, people go, oh, I'll just go get new ones at Wolfsburg. At Wolfsburg, the bumpers cost you, by the time people go, oh, well, they're only $365 or whatever it is, $465 for the bumper. And then you go, yeah, so then plus tax, plus if you're out of state, you got to get them shipped. And then plus, and that's expensive. And then plus you got to buy the Doesn't come with the brackets. Doesn't come with the bolt kit. By the time you get everything, you're looking at $500 at least a bumper for brand new, good quality ones. And if you get the empty ones, it's like, why even bother? Get some used ones. They're not even that, they're probably not even going to fit, all that stuff. And they're not that much less. Spend an extra $100 or $150 and get the good ones. A bumper, spend an extra $300 and you'll have beautiful bumpers, So if you're going to go that route, you got to go spend the money. If you're not going to do it, then piece them together. Talk to you in the next video, guys. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Talk to you later.